I'll say this week. There's about 3 weeks now, isn't it? What's the score for Everton away at Tottenham tonight? The game's coming thick and fast. Europe is very much on the agenda, I think, but tonight, like Leicester, is another must-win game. Matt, I think we've basically just got to keep winning games, haven't we? It's so tight.
Yeah. Just a couple of things, by the way. We're doing this on a new thing tonight, so trying to get the hang of it. I know the picture's not quite right with me and Les. For some reason, we're not lined up. It's a bit mad. People who are watching this as well, let us know if the sound quality is okay as well. So we'll see how it all goes anyway. But big game really. I think it's one of them. We sort of spoke about this last week, didn't we? When we said that Everton didn't really give themselves a chance of giving themselves a chance. So the fact that they did that against Leicester was a nice surprise. But this is enough one, isn't it? I think if Everton don't win this tonight, or certainly if they get beat tonight, then the European hopes are pretty much dashed, aren't they? So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it's a big game. Obviously, 2 minutes from team news. Excited to see what the lineup is. I've got a little feeling we might go 3 at the back. Yeah,
I was just going to say, I saw you say that earlier today, that he might go 3 at the back, and it's a fair shout, really, isn't it? Because you've obviously got, if he does play Son and Kane, he's got those options up front who could cause a back four problems. The midfield's going to be strong as well, so it's kind of maybe compacting it a little bit again, like he's done against Liverpool.
Yeah, I think that might be the way he goes about it, mate. I think it's one of them where I think he might have been impressed by how they played in that setup as well on when was it now? It was like 8 weeks ago. Last week, was it? Last Wednesday? Last Wednesday we played Leicester, was it? Or yeah, it was. Yeah,
was
it?
I think it was. Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you know what? I couldn't even remember what day it was today. It's Monday today, isn't it? Right. It was Wednesday last week. Yeah.
I think he might have been quite happy with the way they played. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. But I think he might be content with the way he played towards the end of that game.
Yeah.
I think he might just look at this and think Anthony Gordon, maybe it's a. Obviously he's played well so far, but going away to Spurs is a little bit different, isn't it? I think to home games. So I reckon that might be the easy change, and he might just bring him out in the firing line tonight. But we'll see in about 30 seconds. So might look like an idiot, mate.
And the thing with this game as well is, you can't underestimate the importance to Spurs. There's a team who isn't going to make Champions League and can't really afford to not make Europa League at this point. So for them to not qualify for Europe at all will be a huge blow for a club who embraced the furlough scheme at first. And they have got, with the new ground and everything, they've got a lot of overheads. I know the wage bill isn't massive compared to other clubs, but there are clubs run on a pretty tight budget, or so it seems. So missing out on European football, plus Mourinho missing out on European football as well, just from a personal perspective, you don't want to do that.
I think it was sort of genuinely assumed that they were going to be sort of all right, didn't it? When he got the job, and he won, I think, at West Ham, didn't he, in his first game? And it was a bit like, oh yeah, he's going to just sort them out a little bit. They'll be fine. They'll get top 6, maybe even top 4, and it's just really not worked out for them at all, has it? He just looks very stale, doesn't he? Really stale.
Yeah, he's already season 3 Mourinho, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
after 6-7 months,
and they've won 1 in 9. 1 in 9 they've won, so it's pretty horrendous from their point of view. But yeah, I think in years gone by, you would have sort of expected a reaction from a Mourinho team, but when it's Everton, you sort of expect that as well. But I think it's a bit different now. Just the team news has just come through here, by the way.
What have we got?
We have gone for back 4: Coleman, Pickford in goal, obviously. Coleman, Holgate, Keane, Digne. Gordon's out of the team. Iwobi plays. Tom Davies, Andre Gomez in midfield. Sigurdsson on the left by the looks of it, and then Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin up front. So one change, Gordon. I think that's just one change. Yeah, one change. Gordon out, Tom Davies in. So Sigurdsson on the left, which is a bit
dodgy, but I don't think he's going to play as a sort of left-sided player, is he? I think that points towards him narrowing the pitch down a bit and
I think it's
trying to keep it central.
Yeah, it's you'd imagine so. Maybe set pieces in there as well. But I think I think he's done all right centrally, Sigurdsson, in the last few games. So it's surprised to see him moved out of that position, to be honest.
It does seem odd as well. You had to accommodate Tom Davies, unless, like I said before, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb who's going to snap Son and then get sent off, and that's sort of how we use him. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it caused quite a lot of consternation with Dave on Twitter. That
in fairness to Tom, he did well, didn't he? When he came on against Leicester, he helped us calm things down, and that's usually not his game. Usually everything's quite frenetic and a bit mad when he gets the ball usually. So it was nice to see him sort of have that confidence to like go past a couple of players, and maybe that's done enough. But a bit harsh on Anthony Gordon, you've got to say. Getting his first Premier League assist, looking quite bright, but you sort of hope that if it's 0-0 or 1-1 after an hour, if Everton are maybe chasing a goal, then they've got someone like him on the bench then to come on and maybe make an impact. So I'm not entirely surprised by that. I thought he might go a little bit more cohesive and compact with the team tonight.
Yeah, as you said, there could have been a bit of a risk throwing Gordon in, and a game like this away from home as well. I mean, I know there's no crowd, so there's not that sort of home advantage, but there's still going to be the home advantage there.
Well, just very quickly, Daniel Wilson and Mark Ellison have both said actually on the chat box there, possible diamond in midfield. I think that's very similar to the midfield we played at Chelsea, isn't it? I think aside from Bernard, who played instead of Iwobi.
Yeah.
And I think there was a time in that game where we were 2-0 down, he went to a diamond, but it was sort of like a last resort. So I'd be surprised by that. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I imagine it will be a flat four with Sigurdsson on the left, but not like a wide four. We'll just have to see how it goes. It's really hard to call this one, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose the only thing which is, you look at Sigurdsson, I think it's a bit of it's disappointing he's going to be on the left, is because their main weakness, I'm not seeing their team yet, so I don't even know if he's playing, but Aurea is just a mistake waiting to happen, isn't he? And you sort of think if we could have someone on there who's just capable of going past the player or driving forward and, getting him on the back foot and getting him making rash decisions, then maybe that could be a real area where Everton could exploit them. And Sigurdsson's not really going to do that, is he? Like you said, he's going to tuck in, he's going to make the pitch narrow, he's going to be playing effectively as a wide playmaker sort of thing. So you're looking for Luka really there, aren't you, to get on the outside and maybe give that sort of option. Yeah,
well, as you say, though, it could be a case of just sort of try and keep it tight for an hour and then put someone like Anthony Gordon on and who can then, do that an hour into the game, which wouldn't be a bad shout, really. Got some stats for you.
Hit me, I'm excited.
So, Jose Mourinho's never lost a home match against Everton. He's won 7, drawn 2.
Not surprised by that, are you?
Not at all. No, tonight's the night, I tell you. And this surprised me, though. Harry Kane can become the first player to score at least twice in 5 consecutive matches. It's very contrived against a single opponent in the Premier League.
So he scored at least 2 goals in the last
4 games against us. He scored 2 goals apparently.
So he's never scored a hat trick, has he? So he's just been getting a brace in every single one.
Yeah, but I looked at that and I was surprised that Ian Wright or Les Ferdinand had never done that, because they seem to score at least a hat trick every time they played against us.
What about John Stead?
Yeah, and then there's the players who only ever scored against us,
Yeah.
And we're looking to win a second consecutive Premier League away match for the first time since September 2016, which tells you all you need to know about Everton's away form.
That is crazy. I mean, you're just trying to find their team now, but that Harry Kane one is some stats. He's one of those players that you sort of look at and think he doesn't always score against us because he just scores against everyone. But when you look at that, you think his record against us is brilliant. So Tottenham have got Lloris in goal, Aurea right back, Davis left back, Eric Dyer and his mad hair, Toby Alderweireld centre back, Winks, Sissoko, Lo Celso, Lucas, Son, Kane. So I'm quite happy to see Bergwijn on the bench. I think he's looked a good player since he's come to the Premier League. So I don't mind him being on the bench. But Lo Celso has probably been their best player recently, hasn't he? He looks like quite a talented midfielder.
I think Eric Dyer's the one to target, isn't he?
Yeah.
Really, if we're gonna.
The defence in general, mate, isn't it? I think you look, Alderweireld is still a good player, but he's not the player he was, and he sort of looks like the fella who's going to be clinging all that together.
Yeah, you kind of look at if they're looking at Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, who haven't been firing together since the restart, really.
Yeah. But
they're going to look at them, and that's going to cause them concern from the start, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
They're not going to fancy that much, but.
Yeah, absolutely. Those two should be, because I still think Spurs will have most of the ball. Even though the shorter confidence, still think we'll be pinned back for long spells. But if Aurea gets forward, which he tends to do, if Ben Davies gets forward, which he tends to do, and we can turn the ball over quickly and get it up to those lads in one-on-one battles with Eric Dyer and Toby Alderweireld, let's be honest, neither of them are the quickest. Certainly Alderweireld's not anymore. Then that's where you can really exploit these. So I don't know. I was speaking about this morning. I never trust Everton in a game like this. You think back to the Arsenal away game this season, we were coming into it in great form and they were really struggling, and you sort of think this is a really good chance for us to go to a big ground against a team that's a good side but struggling, and lay our marker down and show that we made a step forward, and we inevitably end up just falling just short. And let's be honest, Tottenham have got better players than Everton have. It's that simple, but it does feel like an opportunity to sort of. I think a win tonight, all things considered, even with Tottenham and their form, would be a big step forward. It'd probably be the biggest win under Carlo Ancelotti so far, I'd say.
Yeah, it would be huge. When you consider like the teams around us and the results we've got to get, this would be massive if you look at our sort of form since the restart. If we can carry on unbeaten, that would be brilliant. And it pushes us away from Spurs. It gets us closer to. I'm looking that far ahead now. I'm looking at Wolves. They're 8 points ahead of us. We've got to play them, and their form is patchy. I think the thing I've noticed about all the games, no one's really running away with it and getting a grip of it.
Yeah.
So Sheffield United have been patchy, Tottenham have been patchy, Wolves have been patchy. There's no one really sort of getting a grip, and you kind of think if one team can build up a bit of consistency now, they'll be the one. It's like when teams are playing for the playoffs in the Championship. Yeah. Everyone seems to fall apart at the top a bit, and then you got one team who just puts a consistent run together and bags that sixth spot. And it could be us. Probably getting ahead of myself, but
it's when you're playing. We're playing a lot of teams that are down there as well, aren't we? Sorry, not down there. We're playing a lot of teams that are with us. So it's it works both ways, doesn't it? If we win tonight, we're sort of saying we put a dent in one of our rivals, push for the European place. But if we lose tonight, all of a sudden we're 4 points behind Tottenham. We've got Wolves away, Sheffield United away. Southampton at home would be a barrel laughs on Thursday. They're a good side. Yeah. They played really well yesterday, so that's not a given either. And it just looks a bit harder all of a sudden, doesn't it? But I think I trust Everton more in these sorts of games than the Carlo Ancelotti, but certainly not fully trust them to sort of say, I'll tear down the jaw if someone offers me it. I mean, look, people. Yeah, we'll probably stay on for another 5-10 minutes or so, Les. If anyone's got any comments or thoughts about the game in general, let us know what you're having to drink as well. How are you watching the match and all that sort of stuff? What have you got tonight, Les?
I haven't got any bevies tonight.
Haven't you?
I'm off it tonight. No, I've got a heavy weekend.
Got time to run the shop before it starts?
No, I've let the side down a bit. I could do, I suppose. I said I wouldn't tonight, but that's the thing, you see.
Star of Brahman for me. But,
nice.
Solid selection. But yeah, just a comment there from Jack McCann. 100th league appearance for Davis today. Whether he's going to be here long term or not, it's an achievement worth celebrating for the academy. Fair enough, that isn't it? But I suppose the thing you'd say is that there's more questions about him now than there was when he first broke into the team.
I know, it's bizarre, isn't it, to have 100 appearances under his belt and still not really know what he does or where he plays. Interestingly, I read a stat before that I think the last player to get to 100 Premier League starts by his age was Michael Ball.
Really? It's a great start.
No, I don't think it was just from the Everton Academy. I think that's the young. I think Michael Ball's the youngest player to get to 100 appearances.
Decent
at this age.
Fair play.
So it's just, that is good for the Everton Academy because that's what it's there for, isn't it?
He's got to seize his chance, hasn't he, tonight? Because I think after that Norwich game, he sort of looked in and thought, we're not going to see him for a while.
Yeah,
he's going to be either doubtful come back fit again, or he'll stick with Sigurdsson and Gomez, and that'll be that. And we won't see Tom for a while because that was a rotten display, wasn't it, for him?
Yeah, it was shocking
in that game. And it's we keep saying it about him, and we keep ultimately keeps letting us down. He'll play well for a week and then be off the side again. But now how many games left in the season? About 6 to go, is there? Something like that.
Yeah, I think so. So we've got 3 homes, haven't we now and then?
Yeah, 3 homes,
3 aways. Yeah, 3 aways. Yeah.
So he's just simply got to. He's got to take his chance now, and he's got to be looking at it and saying, "I've got to make myself an immovable figure from that midfield between now and the end of the season." Yeah,
and the fact he's just turned 22 as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's sort of getting to that age now where it's like he can't really get away with the young player thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark Allison said, "I'm sat here with a supply of Joker IPA and think we'll win 2-0 with Richarlison net in both." I mean, we're in that golden period, aren't we, before the game when everyone's had a bit of a bevy and thinking we could win. Favourite part of the match.
Yeah, bets get put on and all
that. Yeah.
Quickly on the referees, totally uneventful. Graham Scott, he's refereed 2 Everton games, a 0-1 defeat away at Burnley and a 2-1 defeat away at Leicester. Okay. And Kevin Friend on VAR.
I've seen something early today saying that every game he's refereed for Spurs, they've won as well.
Oh. Signs don't look too good there then, do they? Interesting one on Mourinho's comments on the VAR the other day.
Yeah.
When he basically said him on the pitch, he's not the referee now. I think there's a fair bit of substance to that, isn't there?
Oh, do you think Spurs are going to be due a big VAR in their favour after that one? Saying that, they had a few in the favour against us in the Goodison fixture, didn't they?
Well, exactly. We're still owed a few after that, definitely. Yeah. Scores?
Oh, I think it'll be a draw.
I was going to read out to everyone else, but go on.
I think it'll be a draw.
Draw.
Yeah, I reckon we'll score from a set piece. So, do you know what? I reckon Sigurdsson might score his first free kick for the club.
It'd be wonderful, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, first free kick for the club, and that'll put us back 1-1. Maybe like on 80 minutes or something like that. But I think that with the capable of going there and winning, but I just don't know if they're quite there yet.
Yeah, the manager is, the players aren't.
Yeah,
basically.
Well, some of the players are certainly. Yeah.
Dave Downey said Spurs 2-0, Son to die.
Oh wow!
That's a bit of a turnaround.
That's a turn, yeah.
Laura said 2-2. I'm going to go with 2-2 as well. I think it's
open game.
It just seems like a scoreline that always seems to crop up with Everton Spurs.
Yeah, there's been a few down the years. The last one was 2-2, wasn't it? At their ground,
yeah, I was there, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Adam Sutton said 0-0. Rob Vera said 3-1 to Everton.
Yeah.
Jack Carlisle said 2-1 to Everton, and hopefully everybody leaves Son alone.
Aww.
I think that was tongue in cheek.
Very kind.
And Mark Mosley, get your money on this one. 2-1 Everton, McGeady and Idan Tel to score.
Oh God! You got to have one of them back in the team now. Who would you pick?
Christ, I don't even know what Idan Tel did apart from sit on the bench and people scream for him to come on.
I think McGeady probably gets the nod, doesn't he?
I think he does, yeah. In a crowded field of mediocrity, I think McGeady just about takes that.
Get him on the wing for Sigurdsson instead, yeah. do a job instead.
In his jeans.
Yeah. I remember when he came on in his debut, he set up Coleman's goal against Cardiff, like late on the Gladys Street. It was like he beat a man, like digged out a left foot across, and Barry headed it back across goal. It was one where Coleman sliced it, remember?
Yeah. That was right at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah. And like everyone was like, "Oh, this fella's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great for us."
He also popped the cross back in for Jagielka's goal at Anfield.
He did actually, yeah.
He kept the ball in there, and then he scored that wonder goal at Leicester.
Oh, why didn't he sell him?
I don't know.
All these fond memories we've got.
I don't know. Do you think he was given a bit of a hard time there?
Just a bit. I remember his miss at Wolfsburg away. I was there for that one. Hit the bar for an open goal for about 4 yards out. It was only 1-0 at that point as well, I think. So we were all screaming at him, but obviously
a bit twitchy. That's the McGeady we know and love. My mate Martin's just texted me in another group. Come on, you Blues! 3-1 Spurs. So
there we go. I mean, as long as Harry Kane doesn't break that record.
It's a bit of a grim one, that, isn't it?
That is horrible, that one, yeah. Well, we'll see. They've been well off it recently, but you sort of look at him, you look at Son, and you think, there's threats there still. There is major threats going forward. So
they are still a good side.
Big night for the defenders, and just sort of think, obviously Holgate and Keane have had tons of praise, haven't they, recently? Rightly so. This is a step up tonight, going up against someone like a massive step up, and if they can contain Kane and limit him. He's always going to get chances, always going to make things happen. But if you can limit him, then I think that'll show even more progress from them too. Because before the lockdown, I remember saying the same thing about Holgate up against Giroud, who he ran him ragged that day, didn't he? So,
yeah, he did. Yeah,
big chance for those two lads to show how far they've come. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we've got to take half from the job he did on Vardy as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair, actually, yeah. Different type of test, isn't it, I think, obviously, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. But cheers to everyone who's tuned in on YouTube anyway. I think the stream eventually start working. I've managed to line us up on the screen as well now, Les. At one point, you were down in one corner, I was up in the other corner, so... But I think it's got all right. I think it's got all right, yeah. But thanks to everyone who's tuned in for this anyway. Enjoy doing these. Going to keep doing more of them.
Next one will be Thursday.
Yeah, live a vid. It might be a red, as said. Narrow victory for Everton in the comments as well. So, fair dues.
Toughies.
Fair dues, up the Blues, yeah. But thanks so much for tuning in. Enjoy the game. Post-match will be up straight after. Might stream it on YouTube, actually. I don't know. It's me, Dave, Rob, and Adam Sutton doing it as well. So, jam-packed.
That's right.
Should be good. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. Fingers crossed we can do the business tonight, eh, mate?
Yeah.